The news today is filled with so many divisive issues, and sometimes, if you call yourself a Christian, you know the morally right or wrong answer to topics. But more times than not, you probably find yourself stuck in the middle, feeling torn about what is biblically right or wrong. And at Meck, we've been in a series called What the Bible Really Says About. And each week, Pastor Jim has been diving into topics that are truly so present in our culture today and need to be talked about. And this past week, we dove into the topic of abortion and IVF, and where the Bible stands on the topic, and as Christians, how we should be thinking in order to decide where we stand on the topic. So if you stumbled across this video and have not listened to the full message that these daily devotions are based off of, I highly encourage you do so. You can find that link to the message in the description below this video. But let me preface this by saying, if you do not call yourself a Christian, I encourage you to stick around, because while we're looking at this from a biblical point of view, this topic is so culturally relevant, it might provide some new insight for you. But let's jump in. So while this may be a culturally divisive topic, the Bible is very clear about one thing, that we were made in the image of God, and He created us. He knit us together in our mother's womb, and to be His image bearer. And I think too often we can lose sight of that, and not view each and every human that we interact with as made in the image of God. And we are all guilty of this, but it's especially important to keep this in mind as we figure out where we stand on this topic. So understanding how we are made in God's image helps us to see the basis for the dignity and purpose of our life and work. And no matter where we land biblically speaking, we should protect human life at all costs, because each and every one of us is made in the image of God. So as we go throughout this week, I want to encourage you to keep this concept of being made in the image of God in the forefront of your mind. Maybe spend a few minutes thinking about what it looks like to live as an image bearer of God, and reflect on how we can love others better, just as Jesus loves us.